At Minnesota, they have everything from a Heisman to a Nagurski in their rich legacy, and today in Minneapolis, the Golden Gophers hope to add another memorable chapter. And the Golden Gophers will kick it away to start us off. And he's going to try to return this one. He's brought down at the 16, would have been much better off to take the touchback. So Michigan's offense will have the first possession of the game. Historically, guys, Michigan has kept a death grip on the little brown jug. Gophers hoping to put that thing in play today.
And you see that little brown jug in the celebration after every Michigan-Minnesota game. And you're right, Michigan has had it for the majority of the time. Minnesota knows that. They got to do something about that today.
Yeah, Minnesota plays in a lot of trophy games, don't they? But this is one they would love to put in the trophy case a lot more consistently. To do that, they have got to match the intensity of Michigan in this game, and they have got to be more physical than what they've shown in recent years.
They'll give it to him again. Forges ahead, picks up about 3 to the 29. Michigan completely controlled this rivalry game last year and just took the jug away from the Gophers.
Listen, Michigan's a program at this point with recent success. They're thinking about national championships. We've seen them in the college football playoff here in recent years. This is a rivalry game against Minnesota that they're expected to dominate, and last year, David, they did.
Michigan, year after year, one of the winningest programs in all of college football. We expect them to be great. Always a tremendous challenge for Minnesota to try to get that little brown jug.
Really important for a ranked team going into a hostile environment like this one, not to give the underdog reason to believe.
Yes, reason to believe, and don't give the fans reason to get jacked up and excited. Come out early, be in a business mode mindset.
You got to start fast. You got to have a sense of urgency. You cannot come sleepwalking.
Can anyone catch him? A huge gain on that one before he ran out of bounds, and he has the first down.
What a great run there. On 3rd and 1 situation, though, David, that has got to be demoralizing for a defense because they were packed up close to the line of scrimmage, expecting run on that one.
They're playing aggressive, but great offenses have the ability in predictable situations like 3rd and 1 to get first downs.
They want the edge on the jet sweep. And a good, solid pickup before the defense cuts him down.
Yeah, and I love the jet sweep early in the ballgame. How does the defense react? Do they overreact? Do they underreact? I'm going to watch this so I can use it later on down the road.
Offense gets set for 2nd down. After run, now throw. Got his man quickly. And they wrap him up, but not before he's got enough for the first down.
A lot of times the QB is going to drop back and try to make a big play, What's your safe option if nothing's there? Slip it to your running back. Let him catch it. Let him go get a first down for you.
Quick release on the RPO. And they picked up 9 on 1st down. It'll bring up 2nd and short.
And a big key on that throw to the slot receiver, guys, is putting the ball out in front. The location of the throw is what helped that guy get extra yards after the catch.
2nd down coming up on this red zone opportunity. They'll give it to the back. He rumbles all the way down to the 2-yard line. He gave him a little bit of everything on that one.
And another nice gain by the offense. All right, defense. We got to change something up here. They're putting a big drive together, play after play, having a lot of success. How do we break the rhythm? How do we give them something that can create a tackle for a loss or a sack or something to get momentum back on my side?
Trying to power it in. He works his way ever closer all the way down to the 1-yard line.
Yeah, and listen, offensively, you run the RPOs. You just want positive yards, make the right read. Read the guy. If he wants to drop back a little bit, hand it off, get some positive yards, go on to the next play.
Slams it ahead. And he takes it in for the score. Touchdown, Michigan.
The offense goes as he goes, so really no surprise on the opening drive. They keep feeding him the football. He showed you all of his ability on that TD.
And the PAT makes it 7-0. Almost ready to kick it away after scoring the touchdown. Don't know if the defense will appreciate having to defend a short field from the start after that penalty. Line gets set, first down. From the gun, to give, looking for room. And they try the middle of this stout defense, and they rise to the challenge. In the lore of the Little Brown Jug, guys, it originally was just a water jug that Michigan wanted back, and Minnesota told them, well, come win it if you want it so bad.
Yeah, listen, I mean, it's not the most expensive-looking trophy out there for sure, but listen, it was important. I mean, it was helping hydrate people back in the day, David, so, you know, you get points for that.
Not expensive, but you know what? Anything that drives the hate between people and the animosity, sign me up, bro. And so we got to play for it. It means something, and people argued about it. Little Brown Jug me.
The Golden Gophers in the hurry-up.
And when you get zone coverage and you're running curls and the wide receiver sprints off the ball, you know what happens? That DB starts to bail, and that wide receiver comes back, and it's easy pitch and catch for the offense.
This rivalry dates back to 1892, but it was in 1903 that fielding Hurry-Up Yost was worried that Minnesota would contaminate his water supply, hence the start of the Little Brown Jug.
How about that, man? A little tampering back then, a little you're gonna fix the game, mess with my players, and I think all those things. It's really cool to learn the backdrops, Jesse, of rivalries and how things are named the way they are, and why the hatred usually runs so deep.
And you know what's interesting is a lot of these players on the field right now, they probably don't have any idea of the history and how interesting that is. All they care about is adding another trophy to the trophy case, and they want the Little Brown Jug in that box.
He'll come through on third down as he's got enough, and they'll mark it at the 23.
You know, this is a running back who wants the ball, and he wants the offense to run through him. Really nice job there on the third down of this opening drive for his offense. I can't wait to see what kind of game this guy's going to have.
And the Golden Gophers are moving quickly down the field. To the air on first down. They're trying to get to it. Hit hard as he released the ball on that first down pass, and it never had a chance.
Quarterbacks need time when they're in the pocket to complete throws. That QB had no shot after taking that hit.
They're about to run a dirty half-dozen plays on this drive. They'll throw again after the incompletion. Can't make the connection, and the defense putting on the heat and forcing the incompletion.
On the tight end's a guy that's going to have to be able to make plays for this offense in the passing game. That time, QB looking for the big fella. He ran a good route, just couldn't reel it in.
Quite a bit of work to do on third down from the 23, and this D would love to force a field goal try. Pass rush coming after the quarterback, and they get him at the 32. And on fourth down, here comes the field goal unit. And they weren't able to get him in the middle of the field, so now a 49-yarder from the right hash. Between the uprights, it's good. After putting 3 on the board, the kickoff unit ready to go. Oh, he's going to take a chance. Makes a move. He's got an alley. Can they catch him? He will score. Touchdown, Wolverines. He just took it the entire length of the field, end to end, coast to coast, nationwide for the touchdown.
And how about the fans in the stands going, no, take a knee, no, yes. Over 100 yards to the kickoff return. Nice job taking it out of the end zone, making a huge play.
From inside his own 10, let's see what he gets. Didn't find any crease in that kickoff coverage, and he'll be stopped at the 17. The Minnesota offense is headed back onto the field. They're going to have to be more aggressive in this drive. You can't expect to win this one, David, kicking field goals.
No, especially when you're trailing. You got to have a little more urgency and maybe a little more aggressiveness, Jesse, and field goals are not going to get it done down the stretch.
Yeah, you're going to have to take some shots, no doubt. And bottom line, when plays present themselves, you've just simply got to make them.
And the defense holds firm. No pickup at all on that play. They got nothing on the last play. It's 2nd and 10. They'll keep it on the ground. They'll knock him down after a pickup of 1 to the 18.
Now, that's what you're trying to do as a defense. Limit those damages when they run the football. Get them on the ground, short gains to set your defense for positive situations down the road.
If they can convert here, that type of play can really give you a shot of momentum. 3rd and long, and he'll try to throw for it. Gets it out fast. And he was just a couple of steps away from taking that one even further after the catch.
They pick up the first down on the drag route. Good job by the receiver knowing it was man coverage. If he's looking, he's booking. He gave his quarterback the eyes right away that says, hey, I'm not stopping. Put it out in front of me. I'm getting this first down.
Going to throw it over the top of the D. It's complete. A huge pickup. Oh, what a big play for this offense as they get it to the 33-yard line.
How great is it to have a running back who can basically run your entire route tree? You don't see a lot of guys line up and then run vertically down the field, get open, and make a big play. This dude is special.
Couldn't make the connection on first down. Now here on 2nd. Looking to throw it again. Tosses it incomplete. This drive was clicking along, but after a couple of misfires, threatening to stall out on 3rd and 10. From the gun, wants to pass. Fires to the wideout. A strike downfield. They make the stop, but the sweet throw and catch is plenty to give them a first down.
That's got to feel really good for this quarterback. It's early in the game, so these 3rd downs are big. You're trying to get your offense into a rhythm and a flow. Nice job reading the defense. A beautiful pass.
The Golden Gophers are in the hurry-up. Leaves it with the back. Nowhere to run on that one. He loses 4 on the carry.
Yeah, not great blocking up front. They're struggling to get the running game going. And tell you what, they got to find something. Last week, it was a bad performance. And this offense has got to get some momentum early in this game and find something that they do really, really well and someone they can count on.
Dialing up a 2nd down pass play. Working that left side. And he motors into the end zone. Touchdown, Minnesota! And with the extra point, they cut the lead to 14-10. So a drive there of 82 yards. And the capper, a 19-yard toss for the touchdown. From a couple of yards deep, he'll bring it out. Didn't find any crease in that kickoff coverage, and he'll be stopped at the 17. And here comes the Michigan offense back on the field. After standing on the sideline and watching that long touchdown drive, they really need to put something together to give their defense a rest.
And that's a real thing, man. Like, you played a lot of plays, you get worn out. You need a chance to go decompress on the sideline, get some oxygen. Palmer, now it's on this offense.
Yeah, this is the definition of complementary football because it's a two-pronged problem. You've got to score points and answer, but you've also got to take your time and give your defense an opportunity to get their win.
We've reached the end of the period, and Michigan has the lead. We've put one in the books. Let's have a look at our game summary. 2nd down now as they're ready to go back to work. Out of the gun, the running back has it. Tried to fight his way through that tackle, but he's brought down.
Great job by the defense. Everybody firing off the ball, hitting their guys, holding their gaps, running to the football, nowhere to go.
They'll try to move the chains on 3rd and short from the 25. Quick touch pass to the receiver. Didn't get much, picked up a yard, and that will leave them with 4th and 2. And the Wolverines will call on their punt team. Getting our first look of the afternoon at the punter. The fair catch called for and made. Minnesota has it back, and the Gopher offense is headed onto the field. They put it in the end zone the last time they had it, and now an opportunity to really take control of this game.
You can feel the momentum shifting. If they were able to take the football here, drive it down the field, and score again, David, they would have all of that momentum on their side.
And there's nothing about momentum that you can quantify. Like, I don't understand it, but once it gets going in one direction, a lot of times it's so hard to swing it back the other direction. The momentum is real, and they got it.
They line up, and it is a long way to the sticks from here. Trying to move the sticks on third down through the air. And the incomplete pass will bring up fourth down. And the Golden Gophers line up to punt it away. First one is away, and boy, did he put in work in that loss last week, kicking it 5 times. He gets a block. They were playing with fire on that return, and he got loose for a good return of better than 30 yards. Guys, here come those maize and blue winged helmets on offense. After punting the last time they had it, they ought to be set up for a much better result with this drive.
This offense better be licking their chops. You're not going to start with better field possession than this all game, Dave.
You ain't lying. Forget about the last possession and what we did. You're already in scoring position. Take care of that football. Make sure you get some points.
The offense showing motion from the tight end, trying to get a read on the D. They'll ride the hot hand. Brought down after a pickup of 2 to the 19.
Man, that D tackle is a freak athlete. Did you see him come out of his stance and beat the offensive lineman, getting to the running back? Cat-like quickness.
After picking up a couple at 2nd and 8. To the air, it's Avant. Get it out on the screen. And they wrap him up, but not before he gets enough on the catch for the first down. That was just a perfectly choreographed screen. The line got out on time. The running back had a wall in front of it.
And I think the quarterback did a really good job of selling pass and then kind of dodging the pass rush, getting it to the running back, and then let him do the rest. You got him in space, he'll pick up yards in a hurry.
Wide receiver shows motion. Try to get the edge with a quick touch pass. What a job up front, and he'll lose a yard on that one.
Great heads-up awareness by the cornerback on that play. He saw the receiver get the ball. He shot downhill and made a nice tackle.
Defense rose up deep in its own end on that last play. Now a 2nd and long coming. They'll run the option. He'll toss it. And they just didn't get anybody on that defense out of position, and they will lose yardage on that one.
And it's not a surprise who they gave the football to. When you get down in this area, they're going to call his name. The physical back, they're going to give him the football. They're going to use their identity of physicality and run game down here in the red zone.
3rd and goal from way back there. From the gun, wants to pass. Fires into the end zone. And it's caught. Touchdown, Michigan. They'll try to add another to their lead. And the extra point is good, and they have an 11-point lead. And for a quick update, let's go to Kevin Connors in the studio.
All right, guys, a little update on what else is happening in college football this weekend. Virginia Tech is trailing right now, but let's be honest. The program that turned out Michael Vick should never be counted out of any game. It's a touchdown game. They're trailing by 7 to Stanford. We'll circle back. If anything big happens, you should know about.
Thanks for the update on that one, Kevin. Let us know when it goes final. From inside the 10, here he comes. Wasn't quite able to shake loose as he steps out of bounds at the 22. The Minnesota offense is headed back onto the field. The last time we saw this offense, we had to look quick. It was a 3-and-out, Jesse.
He just had no rhythm in that last drive. So someone's going to have to step up and make a play, David, and get this thing going.
Yeah, let's find some juice. Find your guy. Find those plays that you know you can run inside out, forward, backwards. Get some first downs. Get some positive momentum.
They'll line up for a second down play. Off the play fake. Quickly complete. Giving him his pads. Put it right on him. Sweet play. Good pickup, and they'll move the chains with the first down.
Yeah, and he runs a quick out route, and this is a timing route. Quarterback has to trust him, throw him the football. You can tell they've thrown this a time or two. Nice job, nice success.
Using the quick game. And a good job in coverage there as they stop it after just a few.
Great play by the cornerback. He was just way too physical at the point of attack. He beat his man trying to block him, and he tackled that receiver on the screen.
Here's a quick throw out to the left. He's brought down quickly. Minimal gain there. Still a bit short of the first down.
Well, we knew coming into this game, this offense was going to try and get this receiver involved and get him involved early. So here they are just finding an easy completion. It's not a touchdown, but they just want to get this guy lathered up and get him into a rhythm.
They'll stick to the ground looking for the marker. Good execution. They move the sticks, and they've got it at the 33.
And that is exactly why you stick to running the football. Haven't had a lot of success, but boom, you pop one, right? That's what you got to do. You cannot become one-dimensional and just throw the football every down. Love the offense, sticking to the run. Nice job getting the first down.
And he'll step out of bounds after a very productive play.
It's hard to have success on wide receiver screens when you're facing press man coverage because your blockers out front oftentimes can't pick them up, and that receiver gets gobbled up as soon as he catches the pass. You saw it on that last play.
Throws toward the end zone. And good coverage there to knock it away and deny the score.
And that is a huge missed opportunity for the quarterback. You've got your guy wide open in the end zone. You're not under pressure. You just got to hit him. That ball got away, and that's one he'd like to have back.
Coming to the line of scrimmage at the 30. It would be a long field goal, but they'd love to pick up a few here on 3rd and long. And he was drilled just as he released the pass. It's incomplete. It's wise not to be too greedy, and they'll go ahead and send out the field goal unit. And after finishing off one drive with a field goal, they'll try it again, this time a 47-yard try. Right down the boulevard, it's good. So after the made field goal, they'll kick it away and rely on their defense. From inside the 10-yard line, he'll bring it back. He was hoping for something a little more dynamic, but they get him on the ground at the 20. Michigan ready to get that offense rolling again. That last drive really productive. David wound up with a touchdown. They'll try to do it again.
Yeah, so I don't expect this offense to change too much, Reese. They had a great drive. They got the touchdown. Everything working. I would expect them to keep pushing this ball downhill.
And just imagine if they could put another touchdown on the board right here. They could capture so much momentum in this game with back-to-back TDs.
Quickly complete. At midfield, he's got room. Nice pickup there. Gets him the first down and sets him up at the 45-yard line. Here's this offense with a fresh set of downs. We've reached the 2-minute warning, and we'll see if the offense can build on this lead before the break. Offense threatening at the 45-yard line on 1st and 10. They'll run it from the gun. And a decent gain there before the defense makes the stop.
Hey, 5 to 6 yards a pop. I don't know if you guys are really good at math, but that usually equals a first down every couple carries. So don't forget about the run game. Keep them honest, pound that rock.
Halfway there on 1st down, it's 2nd and 5. To the ground with the back. On the move at the 30. And he almost ran away from everybody on that one. A huge pickup on that play.
And I tell you what, we can focus on the left side of the line of scrimmage because that's where the play starts. But you don't get big gains when you run out wide unless wide receivers, yes, wide receivers, commit to blocking, staying on their guys. Really good job on the outside by giving the running back space to make the big play.
Going to work in the red zone, they can't pick up the first down without getting it into the end zone. Motion by the back forces the defense to adjust. Looking to buy time. And he'll step into the end zone. Touchdown, Wolverines! The mantra is always finish, and they're trying to do that here in the regular season with this Week 12 performance. And with the extra point, they move on top by 15. So they got the touchdown, and as they kick off, really important for the defense to shut them down here. From inside his own 15, looking for a crevice. Just never had a chance to shake loose, and he'll be brought down at the 24. Minnesota has it back, and the Gopher offense is headed onto the field. It's always great to get points on a drive, but it would behoove them to try to get a touchdown this time around, Palmer.
They may have to get out of their comfort zone here too, David, a little bit and just start being more aggressive and take some chances, but that's what's going to have to happen for them to win this game.
Yeah, and when you're losing, obviously everything gets heightened. Everything becomes more critical. This drive is crucial because you've got to cut into this deficit and put some points on the board.
Just a few seconds remaining here as they try to put something up before halftime. Timeout called by the defense is their first of the half as they'll go to the sideline and try to make adjustments. They'll snap it from the 39, first and 10. He's looking to throw it. But a little time, lets it go. Pass is incomplete, and we dwindle down to 7 seconds.
Yeah, and you use these running backs so much in the passing game now, and you expect him to make those plays for you, to make those big explosive plays out of the backfield. Just got to make sure he concentrates and see that ball come in.
On second down, looking again to throw. And the pass hits, picked off. Takes it the other way. The 10. Touchdown, Michigan. How about that D coming up with a play like that?
What an incredible individual effort by that big fella there. And, Davey, you know, it's funny. I've been hearing more and more about how these D linemen are the best athletes on the field. What do you think?
I present to you Exhibit A. Look at the big fella. Not only does he make the catch, okay, so I can be a DB, I can be a wide receiver, I can catch it. I got the ball in my hands. Guess what else I am? I'm a running back. I take that thing all the way back to the house. Exhibit A, the best athletes on the football field.
We've played 2 quarters here. Time to go to Kevin Connors in our halftime update. The Wolverines will boot it away to start the second half. From inside his own 10, he'll try to help out their field position. Really disciplined job by the coverage unit to get down there and make the The Minnesota offense is headed back onto the field. They come into this third quarter with a lot of work they need to get done.
Yeah, and it starts with this possession. And I'm going piece by piece. I know this is coach speak and very simple. I score. I get a stop. I score. I can get back in this game, but it's got to be one drive at a time.
It's going to have to be, but I think the mindset offensively is we're probably going to have to score every time we get it because our defense has been struggling. They have not been getting a lot of stops, so this is a critical drive here for this offense.
After trying the running game, let's see if they do it again on second down. He's looking to throw. Gets it out quickly. Out across the 30 mark, down at the 35 after the 10-yard gain.
Love the location of the throw on that slant pass. Put it out in front of the receiver, put it on his face mask so he can catch it and try to advance.
Looking to move it through the air. Unloads to the wideout. And they dialed up a shot play, but they couldn't make the connection. It would have been a high-level play, but it's a play this quarterback expects to be able to make when he has a guy open.
Man, these quarterbacks start practicing and doing 7-on-7 and having quarterback coaches when they're like 7 years old, 8, 9 years old now. So even when they don't have wide-open wide receivers, you still expect them to fit that ball in there and make it happen.
Well, it's a nice play design there. You're getting the running back involved in the pass game. Quarterback gives it to him early so he can go to work upfield and get the first down.
Trying to find his man on first down. He'll pull it down and run. This time they were able to keep him in check and stop him short of that first down.
It's just so nice to have a QB under center. Nowadays in football, you can trust these guys. You put so much on their plate, and you tell them, go get positive yards when it's there. And a lot of these guys are such great athletes, they do it with ease.
Took a shot as he threw. That pass is incomplete, and they're probably fortunate that it wasn't knocked free for a fumble.
All right, you've dug yourself a little bit of a hole offensively. You know you're going to have to throw it here in the second half. You're going to have to make sure, though, you do a better job up front with your pass pro. You got to keep your quarterback standing upright.
If every journey begins with a step, this offense needs to step into a third down conversion and then try to turn it into some scores, and fast. And that one's incomplete. So look at this. They're sending out the kicker to try a long one. Is that guy's foot human? My goodness, did he hammer that ball from distance. Let's go to the studio now and check in with Kevin Connors. Kevin, what do you got?
Gentlemen, let's take a look at what's happening in this exciting college. Virginia Tech is in the unusual position of having to come from behind right now, but there's not a soul who doesn't believe they can't pull this off. They're trailing by 10 to Stanford. We'll circle back if anything big happens you need to know about.
And how about that one? Kevin will be keeping an eye on everything going on elsewhere. Offense getting set for first down. They believe they can run right here. A 7-yard pickup. It'll be 2nd and 3.
You want to talk about making it easy for an offensive coordinator. You pick up a bunch of yards on first down, make that second down really, really manageable. That's a great job by the offense.
He'll keep it himself. Nowhere to run on that one. He loses 4 on the carry.
Nice job playing assignment football by that defensive end. Knowing what my job is, not letting that quarterback get out, get loose, making a good play, and most importantly, being there in the right spot and getting him on the ground.
Third down conversions are a huge stat, and this one would be a doozy if they can pull it off. Back to throw, it's Avant. Setting up the screen. Not a whole lot of room there on that screen pass as it just never developed. And the Wolverines send out the punt unit. This will be the second time they've had to kick it away. He'll be content with the field position, making the fair catch right around the 30-yard line. Minnesota has it back, and the Gopher offense is headed onto the field. Man, how comforting is it to know that even if your offense stalls out a little, Jesse, that field goal kicker can knock it in from a long way out.
Well, he's one of the best in the country.
And the quarterback is snowed under. And there he is again, another sack, channeling his inner Aiden Hutchinson against Penn State.
And that is high praise when you start comparing somebody to Aiden Hutchinson. Michigan, year after year, they find these dudes, man. The guys that will get after the quarterback. Hey, let's go, big fella. Let's go for that record.
And he's brought down, but a flag is also down. Amazing how many times an offensive holding penalty will stall a drive. We'll see if the offense can overcome it. Let's see what they've got on second down. The option look. Now the toss. And that might have been a bad read as the defense just swarms all over the pitch man.
This has got to be disappointing if you're the offense, guys. You were expecting to have a lot of success running the ball, especially against this defense, which has struggled so much this season, but just nothing doing. They have not been good enough in the trenches so far.
Not exactly the ideal situation for this offense. Third and long, backed up inside their 20. Feeling some heat. And he is snowed under. Sacked at the 7. The Golden Gophers will send out the punt unit. Doesn't say much for your drive when you're looking forward to the punt. So from the shadow of his goalpost, he gets the punt away. And the punt team able to smack him to the ground. And here comes the Michigan offense back on the field. They had to punt it away on their last possession, but man, what great field position this time.
I mean, this is awesome. Like, last possession didn't go great. Now you're set up in an opportunity to get some points. Start thinking about what plays I like, Jesse, as I cross the 50.
There are a lot of offensive coordinators out there, David, and in this position, they like to take a shot right away and try and capitalize on this field position.
Really good concept there to get things going and use the tight end early.
Yeah, I mean, just such a great job on first down, setting up an easier second down. Understanding I don't always have to push the ball down the field, but see the tight end, make the throw. No, it's not a big gain, but makes life really easy on me on second down.
Ball at the 31, third and short, coming defense trying to rise up. They'll try to pick it up on the ground. He's got enough for the first down. They'll spot him at the 24-yard line.
Well, they get another big run for a first down, and if you're on offense, you love the way your offensive line is blocking early in this game. They're getting tremendous movement, and they're making life pretty easy for these running backs right now.
From the shotgun, the handoff to the back. After the productive first down play, it's 2nd and 6. They'll run it out of the shotgun. He's brought down, but not before they pick up the big first down.
It's hard to stop great runners. It really is. That's why you run the football consistently. You got a big offensive line, a big physical unit. You run the football like this, man, it will take a toll later. But you got to tackle this guy over and over again who has this ability to make people miss and make big plays.
Now they're going to throw it. Buys a little time with his feet. And they're able to force him out of bounds after a short pickup.
And I think this is important for this defense. This will be a big key in the football game. Like, I got to limit the damage from that guy because that's a QB that's dynamic, and he can make so many big plays. I got to string him out. I got to make him get to the sideline. But I will say this. I do want to hit him at the end of the runs. I don't want to let him out of bounds and let him get free carries. I want it to be physical. I think they called that knowing they weren't going to hit a home run. So why would you call it then? Well, you call it so third down becomes an easier down. It's not third and long where I have to pass the football. Now all options on the
touchdown Wolverines. And the stomping has commenced. Michigan has dominated this rivalry over the years, and they look oh so close to securing the jug again.
You look at Michigan on paper, and they have an advantage all over the place against Minnesota. It was a question of whether they could just stay out of their own way. If they eliminated the mistakes, we knew this was going to be a tall order for Minnesota, and Michigan just looks dominant, David.
Yeah, it stinks, but it is the facts. The facts are you're less talented at Minnesota, and you've got to play really, really well, especially in these rivalry games, and hope to catch Michigan on a bad day. But that little brown jug is inching towards Michigan's sideline now.
Wants to throw on first down. And the defense makes a play, sacking him back at the 10.
And that's not how you want to start a drive. On the very first play, you give up a sack and you lose a ton of yards. Quarterback, you've got to know, just throw the ball away, know when the play is over.
They'll try the run. They make the stop, but not before he takes a chunk out of what they need to move the sticks.
I don't mind the run here, and I say that because it's second down and forever. And now at least it's third down and ever. Now you have a chance on third down to be successful, not as predictable, not as many yards to get. I think that's a good call by the offense.
On third and long, he has to throw for it. It's caught downfield. And they'll do more than move the chains. They'll move that thing more than 30 yards down the field before he's finally stopped. And the Golden Gophers will have it first and 10. Linebackers moving, trying to confuse the quarterback. They'll run the option. They knock him down inside the 30 at the 29. It's a pickup of 6. Time winding down in the quarter as they come to the line. From the gun, they'll give it on the inside. And as they get him to the ground, clock running, looks as if time will expire here in the third. We've reached the end of the period, and Michigan has the lead. And as we switch ends of the field, let's take a quick look at the national rankings. Ball's at the 25. They're in field goal range, but they'd love to convert this third and short. Tackle is made after the first down.
And that's so tough as a defense because they only got to get inches. But I got to find a way to somehow get a knockback, stop the running back's feet right there. I couldn't do it. He gets downhill just enough, and he gets the first down.
It's a good job, too, there on third down by the offense because a major statistic in football in terms of winning and losing is how good are you at staying on the field, keeping drives alive. Whether it's third and long or third and inches, you just have to go execute, and they do it there.
He's looking for a man on second down. Pressure is on the way, and the pressure has arrived, and down he goes at the 30. He is a menace rushing the passer, career sack number 20.
I mean, some people just have a knack for getting to the quarterback. What a great job throughout his career. Getting there, getting him down, getting pressures. He has been a quarterback's worst nightmare.
I was just going to say, David, you don't sleep well as a quarterback the night before you have to play against this guy because he is going to sack you. That is a guarantee. Death, taxes, and sacks for that guy.
Fires deep toward the end zone. And that pass picked off. Got room on the return. And they capitalized not only on the pick, but the great return to give the offense tremendous field position. A lot of field in front of them as they open this possession from their own 20. They go to the ground. And they drag him down, but not before he picks up the first down. Here's this offense with a fresh set of downs. He'll pull it on the read. At the 45 on his way. And a nice pickup on the run and gets down to avoid contact.
Well, this is one of the fastest quarterbacks in college football, and that's why the option's a good idea. Because if he can get out in space and he has a chance to get downfield, he is really difficult to tackle, and he's very difficult to catch, as you saw in that last play, getting a first down.
And they'll bring him to the ground after a short gain. After the 3-yard pickup, they come to the line, 2nd and 7. Running back searching for a hole. What a nifty run there to pick up the first down. Give him 88 yards on the ground, and he has his eyes fixed on leading the nation in rushing. From the gun, the running back looking for room. Finally stopped at the 20-yard line after a pickup of 6. Got 6 on first down. Now a lot of options on 2nd and 4. The give to the back. They get him on the ground, but not before he gets enough for the first down. They have just bloodied their nose on this drive, all on the ground. It's 1st and 10. Pulls and fires complete. The defense wouldn't let him loose there, and it was a completion, but they lost yardage. Last play didn't go well. It leaves him with 2nd and 11. The offense will have to use its first timeout of the half. Line getting set on 2nd down. They'll run it, trying to drain time off the clock. Tough running this deep in the red zone. He's got 4 down to the 11. Really need to pick up this conversion and avoid having to settle for the field goal. Dropping back, it's Avant. Got his man in the middle. And they'll stop him inside the 5, but the defense is backed up in the shadow of its own goalpost.
Hey, really nice job on defense, too, understanding the situation. It's 3rd down. We're fine giving up completions right there. We're not giving up the first down. We're keeping the football and the ball carrier in front of us, and we're tackling the catch. Awesome job, and now you've set up 4th down.
Running for it on 4th down. So close to that end zone. He could almost taste it, but it'll be 1st and goal for this offense.
Well, you know if you're this offense, you're dialing up this running back, man. He has been a scoring machine all season long. He just finds his way.
Touchdown, Michigan! And the public... You know what's great about rivalry games? Each side hates every wretched breath.